So this is note page 26, and this is your introduction to a topic called economics. Now, the first thing to understand is that economics is a big part of everybody's life. From the moment you're born to the very end, economics is all around us. When you're young, you typically automatically will associate economics with money. Now, money is a part of economics, but economics is so much more. It's actually the study of how decisions are made. And in the case of economics, the types of decisions are: what are you going to be made with your resources? What goods and services are you going to produce? And who is going to get the things that your economy makes? Throughout this unit, you are going to be learning a lot of new words, some that you've learned in the past, but economics has a vocabulary all its own. So let's start with the simplest. Economics deals with resources, and there are 4 resources that we have in our economy. Natural resources, you find them in nature, like trees. Capital resources, which are the machines used to make other things. A good example is if you're a carpenter, your hammer is a capital resource. There are human resources, who are simply the people who go to work and do the work itself. And there are entrepreneurial resources. These are the people who take the risk to start a business. Now, we use these 4 resources to produce goods and services. Goods are things. Your shoes, your phone, the food that you eat are goods. Services are also made in our economy, and that's when you pay somebody else to do something for you. An example of a service would be when you go to get a haircut. The person you pay to cut your hair is providing you with a service. Everything in our economy goes round and round between 2 points. It's called economic flow. In the U.S. economy, everything flows between us, we're known as consumers, and producers, or the businesses. And here's the way it works. The producers, they make goods and services that are available for us to go purchase. In order for us to get these goods and services, we have to pay money for them. So the producers are making the goods and services. We are paying them money for them. We call this going shopping. The top half of this economic flow is more challenging. To make goods and services, the producers need to have resources. That means they need to have some humans who work for them. They need to have some natural resources, and they also need to have some capital resources or machinery used in the production of goods and services. The producers, they get the resources from you and I. We call this going to work. In exchange for us going to work as human resources, the companies have to pay us money. Your mom and dad call this their paycheck. So if you look at this economic flow, follow the money line. The producers pay us money for us to go to work, and then we take this money, and we take some of it, and we go shopping with it. And we spend some of our paycheck money on the things that we buy. The producers, meanwhile, they're taking all of the resources that they're paying for, they bring them into their building, and then they turn them into the goods and services that come back to us. money is flowing one direction around the economy, and the resources are going the opposite direction and getting turned into goods and services. And these arrows just keep moving and moving and moving. One of the dilemmas in economics is that we have a scarcity of everything. Scarcity simply means that it's impossible to satisfy all of our wants because there's a limited amount of resources. So you have to make choices as to what gets made. The problem with scarcity is that when we make choices, we're always going to leave something behind. We can't get everything, so something has to be left behind. The thing that gets left behind is called the opportunity cost. It's